Hey, welcome to Big Jim's house, our bonus track for Wednesday, the 22nd of April. We'll get into it. We're going to talk about friendship red flags, IKEA Meatballs, naked karaoke, Red Lobster, and the KitKat Club. There are food and then not food-related things we'll be talking about here. Jim O'Brien, Jenny right there. What's up, girlfriend?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. So let's start off with the whole idea of the male-centered friend.
I think we've lost the plot on the concept of the male-centered friend. People assume it's the friend that talks about boys all the time, dates a lot of boys, whatever. Realistically, the male-centered friend is the girl that will choose a boy over you every single time. You could have been friends for 20 years, and they're going to choose the boy they met 2 hours ago. They will throw you under the bus for a boy. They will get in the bus with the boy and run your ass over, and they're not even going to check to make sure you're good. And the first second a girl shows me that level of male-centeredness, I will never, ever, ever, ever talk to you again.
So the other part of this, though, I know this. You've got friends who are doing this to you now, right?
I do.
I did a little more diving into this, and I think part of it is you have a beef with the girlfriend, and she's done with you. Yet a guy treats her like crap, and she keeps forgiving him and keeps going back to him. And more people see, and I'm not saying that's your situation, but more and more when I was looking on social, that seems to be part of this whole male-centered friend is like, why are you giving him a pass when you're up my ass about something I did one time?
No, yeah. I have this friend that has cut off multiple female relationships because of little tiffs, whatever, not even. But a man could cheat on her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And then, she's still down with it.
So that's the idea behind it, though, with being male-centered. I get it. As a guy, we do it.
What?
All the time.
Oh, you
100%.
prioritize girls over your
100%.
friends?
If I'm out with my friends back in the day, I mean, if before I was dating Kathy, whatever, if I'm out and I meet a woman and I think this is going to go anywhere,
You're like,
and
bye,
I mean
guys.
by anywhere, in a minute, I have been left at a bar by my friend when he drove.
Oh, that's horrible. I feel like.
I got
That's
ghosted.
terrible.
I turned around and went, where is he?
Oh my gosh.
I had to call someone to come get my ass,
Wow.
and because he just left me, he was gone. He went off. And here's the other part of it, though. I understood. As a guy, I went, no, I respect that. I wish you'd have told me, but I respect that.
That's crazy.
But there are a lot of this male-centered things. So I think to me personally, and so your friend, are they currently with the same guy that they just let slide over and over?
So it's on and off. It's on and off again. They're not with him again. But the other issue is she also likes a lot of other guys, but she's still talking to that guy. But also, it's when we go out and she knows that she's not getting with a guy by the end of the night, she gets like mad. Like you can see it all over her face. Like she's not enjoying herself if she knows she does not have plans with a guy.
So I don't know how in 2026 the vernacular the correct word is, but I can tell you what the word is. You ready for the word? Horny. That's all that is. That's somebody who wants to have sex and they're like, I don't want to sit around here and talk.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good about myself. I want to get laid. I'm just saying.
I get it. But
well, apparently you don't because
have
she
to be
wants
in a bad mood though over it. Like you're killing the vibe.
Sure you do.
Oh yeah,
Sure
I gotta
you
be in
do.
a bad mood.
She must be feeling good about herself. She look good. Just I'm
we
telling
all
you.
yeah, all my friends are gorgeous, but
Okay.
like still like come on now.
Apparently not because you just trashed her for one. I don't know. It's always funny how guys get weird when a woman like talks about sex.
Yeah.
Because they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, how do you think you came on the earth? It was your mom and dad. It wasn't a stork, dude. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, so I get it, the male-centered thing. I think guys, again, like I'm looking through the filter of being a guy, that we've done it for years.
Yeah, guys are just
We're
dogs.
a little more forgiving about it because it is the idea of chasing that.
Yeah.
But I think women now are maybe just kind of understanding that maybe your girlfriend feels the same way a lot of guys have been feeling for a long time.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like, dude, I get it if you want to have sex. Like, that's super fun, but don't let it affect our
But
girls'
you're not in
night.
a relationship now, so that's the problem. She wants to be, and is she going to go back to this guy?
I sure hope not.
Okay,
you never know.
that's not a no.
Yeah,
that's
you
not a no.
never
But that's
know.
the other part of the male-centered thing. She's going to keep looping back and forgiving this guy when you guys get called. Anyway,
Yeah.
I would tell you if you're on socials, look it up. There's a ton on this one. High school suspension. You said your niece got suspended for 2 days.
She did for doing nothing. I think she got in a little tiff with somebody as well, but like it was just a verbal thing, and then That's it.
So 2 days, though.
2 days is a lot for that,
What
right?
did she say, and how old is she?
She is almost 16, so she's 15 right now. And I think they were arguing over, I think their friend group had an issue, so she was arguing about that with her. But it wasn't physical.
Okay.
Wasn't anything
It
physical.
wasn't physical.
No.
She must have said something. There are trigger words. I'm telling you right now, there are trigger words that will get your ass run.
She got a little mouth on her, so I believe it. But
okay.
but you know,
Well, you've
still.
talked before. Your family's a little free with the language.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We like to say things.
That's okay. I mean, there's,
bunch of loudmouth Italians.
and you see, you can't typecast people just because of that.
Hey, it's my
You
type.
can. You're Italian. You could say that. I can't. Who got the gum? Was it your brother?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, also in high school, my brother, he got suspended for a couple days, for maybe almost a week even, for putting gum under a locker, which I think is ridiculous. Like, there are things, physical things, altercations that you should get suspended for, right? But the whole arguing with your friends and putting gum under a locker is crazy, especially when there's like serious
So
things.
were you in school when he did that?
I was in school. I
Okay.
actually was really mad. I went up to
Hold on. Were you there when that was it? I'm not calling out your brother on this, but I don't think that was all it was.
Yeah,
It
no,
can't be.
he was 2 grades lower than me, and he put it under this kid's locker, and I don't think, like, him and this kid didn't necessarily like each other, but I don't think it was, I don't know. He touched it under his locker, told the vice principal, he got suspended. I went up to the vice principal and I was like, dude, what? I was like, there's so much serious stuff going on here, and you're suspending my little brother over gum? You're crazy.
I'm telling you right now, there's more to it than that.
I
That's
went
what your brother's
off.
telling you.
No,
Were you there when the
Ryan's
vice
very
No,
he's
I'm
very
just saying, and
innocent
maybe
guy.
maybe that was part of it. I'm telling you, there's more to that.
And he's quiet,
There's
too.
more. They're the ones you got to be careful about.
It was the
'cause
gum. It
He's
was
the
the
pro
gum.
wrestler. I'm just saying. That's what you guys tell mom and dad, but I don't know. I raised 2 boys, man. When they come back and tell me they got in trouble, all my kids are pretty good about that stuff.
What, telling you when they got in trouble?
No, as far as getting suspended and
Have they
in
ever got
school,
suspended?
No.
Good
I
job.
don't think so.
I never got
No.
suspended technically, but I did get into a fight with a girl freshman year because she was talking about me. So, you know,
Okay.
everyone was around us. They're like, fight, fight, fight.
So you were influenced by everybody else.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
like, what do you want? You want some? I was like going off.
Okay. I'm telling you, your brother, there was more to that one. The next one I want to touch on is this: the IKEA.
Trying the famous IKEA meatballs. IKEA's a furniture store, yet people literally come here just for the meatballs. So we're going to see what they're like. Here's a Swedish restaurant, and you can get lots of things, but we're here for one thing and one thing only. You can get meat or plant-based, and they come with chips or mash. And now it's time for the taste test. Some lingonberry jam. I don't know what I was expecting.
It's a meatball. Okay, now you've never been to IKEA.
I've never have.
It's a big store here in Detroit because there's the Canton store, but then there's going to be a pop-up at Great Lakes Crossing.
Yeah.
I was over there. There were people like walking up looking like the IKEA elves were going to magically open the doors. My wife was asking me so many questions. It was like I was getting interrogated.
What'd she
and she's like, so if they don't have stuff in there, can I order it? Will it be delivered to the store? Do I have to go all the way to Canton?
Like you were the IKEA owner. Like
Doesn't
you knew.
matter.
Yeah.
I got the press release. She didn't. So she was, I'm telling you, man, it's a
Oh.
thing. You got to go. You got to go to IKEA and check it out.
I want to, because I like the idea of all the rooms. We could like play house in there. That would be the ideal place to play house. You know what I mean?
So a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there are people that will play hide and seek in there.
Oh, hide and seek.
No,
would
you
be
go
a
online and look
riot.
it up. They don't tell the store they're doing it. They
Yeah.
just go play.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, the stores aren't too thrilled about that. Now, the meatballs, the reason I bring it up is Kathy's asking me about all the different ones you can get and all the different type of furniture, and can I get everything that's in the catalog? IKEA doesn't ship.
Oh.
You got to go get it.
Oh.
You can pick it up there, but they don't ship stuff. That's why it's like, well, we live in Watertucky, so maybe we can pick it up there. Well, anyway, we'll see. It's going to be in Great Lakes Crossing. It's a big pull for them doing this.
Yeah, nice.
Honestly, I'm telling you what this is. This is IKEA going, well, you know how big boys now have those small little stores?
Yeah.
Okay, you see the little tiny ones like in strip malls and stuff? I think IKEA's going, well, maybe we could do the same thing.
Okay.
Where you come in and you pick out what you want, and then they deliver it to that store, and then you
Right,
can
and
pick
then
it
you
up.
can pick
But
it up.
anyway,
Makes sense.
so Kathy was getting mad at me. She's like, what about this one? And we get this, I'm like, are they going to have meatballs? And she's like, what is it with you and the meatballs? I'm like, because as a lot of people go,
Yeah.
this is, all right, so you have dessert at the beginning or you're into dinner.
But
The
I
end of
guess
dinner,
the end, yeah.
right? So as a kid, you finish your meal, so you know you're going to get dessert. As a guy, if I have to go to IKEA with my wife, Kathy, which I love you, Kathy, and I'll go, I'll do it. It's part of being in a relationship. They put the meatballs by the checkout counter. It is the most dangling a carrot.
Right.
And when you go in there, I feel like Indiana Jones trying to find some freaking temple statue.
Yeah.
I'm looking around going, and you got to go, and you have to go through the whole store to get to the very end so you can check out. And there's the thing with the meatballs and the lingonberry sauce.
Wow. Are they actually that good? They look like just, okay.
They're good.
They look like
it's hype.
whatever.
It's hype. It's all hype. I mean, they're good.
It's the fact that it's there.
And it's IKEA. It's become a thing. Well, how much, I mean, come on. Although I will give a shout out to Frank's downtown in Eastern Market. I finally had that Caesar wrap.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, really good?
I get it. Why people do that stuff. But anyway, I was in there, and this was a couple years ago, and went down. We bought some IKEA lamps, and they have their own light bulbs, which, by the way, the light bulbs are great. That is the most old man thing I'll ever say. They got great light bulbs. They do. So I was down doing an event, so I told Kathy, I said, I'll swing in and grab some. I go in, and the guy looks at me and goes, "I help you?" I said, "Yeah, I just need to get light bulbs." And I said, "Do I have to go all the way through the store?" He goes, "Come on." And when you go in, they have their own restaurant, which is really good. They have a little cafe you can go up to. So you turn left, you go up this little flight of stairs. To your left is this landing with like the restaurant. And then he points down to the right and he goes, "See the stairs right there?" So yeah, he goes, "Look down." And I look down and there are the light bulbs. He goes, "There's the light bulbs." So yeah, he goes, "If you turn left, you go right to the checkout." It is like in Chutes and Ladders, the ladder where you can just go right by everybody. It's Candyland where I go right by.
You just walked up.
You go up a flight of stairs, you go down, I grab the light bulbs, I turn left, and I was right there at the checkout.
Wow.
I got the meatballs. I was out of there in under 15 minutes.
Wow, with the meatballs?
With the meatballs.
Oh.
But that's the whole point. I didn't have to go all the way through the store, Jenny. That's the whole point of that.
Yeah, I love IKEA.
So yeah. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm calling BS.
We're playing hide and seek.
Well, you have to have someone take you because you don't want to drive all the way to Canton.
well, it'll be at Great Lakes, and then I'll have somebody drive me there because it's still kind of far from me.
Well, you don't have enough gas to get there.
Yeah.
Next story, naked karaoke in Michigan. Here's another thing, and I feel like I'm calling you out on stuff, but I'm not. But get your elbows off the table.
Sorry.
I see I have to do this to her. It
was my arm.
I know, no. The reason is our mics vibrate and every time, and you get animated and you hit the table. So
I get
your elbows off the table. So that's a dad thing at dinner.
Yeah.
Naked karaoke. This Naked Adventure Group, we've talked about this on the air a couple times.
It's because they keep coming up on my Facebook page. Because I might.
No, you won't.
I might subscribe to their Facebook page.
Subscribe to the page. Wait a minute. Last year, you're like, I'm going to one of these events. You said it. I didn't. You said it on the air.
Whenever I look at the page, like, no offense to those people, but everyone's beautiful, but that's not the type of people I want to be naked around.
Who do you think goes to these?
Like the hottest people ever. I don't know.
Sydney Sweeney is not going to a naked club.
Yeah, right. A bunch of naked people.
No, Chris Hemsworth is not doing that. But that's, hey, if you like your body and you and there are people, there's a term for it. It's like it's a term when people are attracted to somebody
by their own body.
Well, yeah, and they don't care about the body shape. It's because they like the person.
Oh, okay.
Demi. I heard this term recently, and that's where that comes from. But yeah, there's still a couple naked places. There's not as many. There used to be a couple naked ranches and stuff you could go to.
Yeah, there's only a few. Turtle Cove was one of them.
Horrible name for a nudist colony.
Terrible.
I don't anything with turtle in it and nudist. It's a horrible name for it.
But yeah, and they're having naked karaoke, and I love karaoke. Like I will sit at home and just do karaoke.
Apparently,
alone.
You don't love enough to go karaoke.
I like to sit at home naked and do karaoke.
Karaoke, singing karaoke at home alone.
Yeah,
that's just sad.
Really?
Oh my God.
I literally have a karaoke machine.
What are you singing? Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. or something?
I sit by the bonfire and I sing my songs.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they may not let you in if they hear that story.
They're going to be like, you're really sad.
When I was a kid, we grew up in San Diego, and there's a famous nudist beach called Black's Beach. Oh. And it's right in Torrey Pines, and you can look down, and there's the nudist people laying there. My dad and my grandma came to visit, so my dad and I took her to Torrey Pines. It's a beautiful place, and we were watching the hang gliders. That's where they take off and sail over the Pacific. It's beautiful.
That's crazy.
So my dad knew damn well that we were looking down on Black's Beach, and he had binoculars so we could watch the hang gliders. He goes, "Hey, Ma, look at everybody on the beach." And Grandma looks down, and she's like, "Oh." And I'm looking at my dad going, "What?" He goes, "Black's Beach." I'm like, "Dad!" And he was cracking up. Grandma was not happy.
Were you like, "Give me the binoculars"?
No, I
Grandma?
was a kid. I was like 8 or 9. I didn't even. Yeah, I didn't.
You didn't process
no.
it. You're like, everyone's naked.
And
oh
these
my
guys
gosh.
are all like 60, 70 years old, so I don't need to see a couple Gatorade bottles hanging low. Anyway, a couple more quick hits here. Red Lobster bringing back Endless Shrimp. So they did this before. This is the promotion that killed them a couple years ago.
Yeah.
This is the one
They
that,
went
remember,
bankrupt
well, they
after
did
this.
this shrimp deal with some people in Korea, and then it cost too much money, and it destroyed the thing. So there was a guy, I looked this up, because I was wondering, guy ate 108 shrimp in 4 hours, $20. I don't know what the price is now. But the fact that out of all the creative ideas, the guy goes, you know what we should do? What? How about the one that almost freaking killed the company? Yes, Bob. That's a great idea.
Bring it back.
Let's bring back Endless Shrimp. While we're at it, let's bring back lead-based paint and asbestos. But they're going to run it back. They're going to run it back.
Okay, so what
Endless shrimp.
What do you think? Do you think they're going to actually have a cap on their shrimp this time?
No.
Like 50 is the limit.
No.
Like when they say endless, they mean endless.
Endless. And it is so much because you'll get shrimp scampi and all the different things. I've got buddies that'll do it. And I'm trying to remember, a friend of mine, Roger, was really into it. But I don't even know, are there any Red Lobsters open? The one by...
There's one on 12 Mile.
Is that
in
the
John
only one?
R.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
Because there used to be one by Summit Place Mall in Waterford on Telegraph, and that one closed. That place was always packed, but are you a seafood? You're not a seafood person.
No, I
though.
love seafood.
Would you house a bunch of shrimp there? Shrimp scampi,
In
fried
4
shrimp.
hours, like this guy, 108 shrimp in 4
It
hours.
doesn't sound like a lot.
It does. Like I feel like in between 4 hours, what's 100 divided by 4? 25. I feel like I could do 25 shrimps an hour.
Sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
think I could
100%.
do 108.
Here's the
shrimps
problem,
4 hours.
though. You start eating the Cheddar Bay biscuits.
That's
and then
it's everything else that fills you up.
But you don't have to. I don't think you
Right.
have to. I think you
You
just
don't
keep
have
ordering
to,
shrimp,
but
yeah.
definitely am gonna.
And then one more thing, since this is not food related, but it is a KitKat Club, 25 Mile, Romeo Plank. So this realtor, I've been following her. She's pretty cool. Andrea, I think's her name. Yeah, Andrea and Macomb.
Okay, someone told me to look into the KitKat Club, which is over on 25 and Romeo Plank, and now I have more questions than answers. Been around for years, right here in Romeo Plank, and it's basically one of those classic Macomb County dive bars. But when you start asking people about it, everyone has a different story. Some people say it's just a normal local bar with regulars, karaoke, and cheap drinks. And others say it used to have a very different reputation, if you get what I'm saying. The truth is, there's actually no clear documented history behind it, which almost makes it more interesting. So I need to know, people, what have you heard of?
Was it a swingers club?
Yeah, so I went to the KitKat Club and I didn't see any swinging necessarily going on.
However,
but it was pretty freaky there.
is that where the guy touched you when you didn't ask him
There
to?
was this one guy who kept coming up to me and like going back and forth. I was like, bye, bye, bye. He came up the last time and like grabbed my hair and I turned around. I was like, dude, if you touch me again, I swear to God, I'm going to get really, I like went off on him. So there are some freaky people there at the KitKat Club.
We don't. Okay, that's just your experience. To,
Yeah.
to the men and women who own the KitKat Club, it's a fine organization.
Oh, it's great there. It was
Congratulations.
so much fun.
However, there are a lot of rumors that at one point it was a swingers club.
And that's what
on
all the
Thursday.
comments.
What night were you there?
I was there on a weekend. I was there on like a Saturday.
Okay, because a lot of the comments there, yeah, Thursday nights apparently was
Thursday
like
night is swinger night.
allegedly.
Oh,
We don't know,
allegedly,
but it is
right.
the weirdest thing. There's nothing. I don't know that you really like publish, like a
Welcome to the
swingers club. I'm like, if you own a bar and you're like, hey, don't forget Tuesday night is ladies' night, Wednesday night 75-cent wings, Thursday night swingers. Come on in, bring your gimp ball. Let's have a party. We're on video. We can get away with that.
Yeah, right.
So that is, but there were a lot of people curious about that.
Yeah.
Started thinking about clubs in Detroit because we have bars that are in neighborhoods. Like
Right.
2 in Detroit is famously, because there's only 2 doors, that's why I got the nickname, but that's the oldest bar in Detroit. But it's not a swingers club, and the men and women hang out at the bar at 2 in. I ain't doing that. Were you going to Google swingers?
I'm going to look up
clubs in
swingers
Detroit?
clubs in
Yeah,
Detroit.
clear your browser before the end
Don't
of the
worry, it's
show.
under your Google, so.
Hey, man, they've seen a lot worse on that one. I honestly don't know. I don't think.
Wild Walkers, Dearborn's leading lifestyle bar. That says that it's a couples party bar.
Okay, the fact that they're using a walker like older people use in the name.
Oh, yeah, Wild
Yeah.
Walkers.
It's a Breaking Hips Wednesday.
yeah.
Don't do. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So the KitKat Club, 25 Mile and Romeo Plank, maybe.
gotta go there.
You've been on the weekends and you just say the guy touched your hair inappropriately.
Yeah. Some guy did touch my hair inappropriately, but like, dude, the vibes there were immaculate. The swinger, whether or not they were swinger vibes, it was crazy wild there. It was fun.
So you knew what you were getting into when you walked in the door.
Yeah, because my friends warned me. Yeah, they were like, KitKat Club can get kind of crazy sometimes.
So they took you there knowing full well that it had a rep for that. Okay. Is this one of the friends who has the man thing from the beginning?
No, she's a different friend. She kind of has a thing.
All right. There you go. There's our bonus track for Wednesday.